Hey guys, this is Sam with Physical Therapy Marketing. I wanted to show you guys how easy it is to get your physical therapy practice or your clinic listed into the Google Maps directory. I know a lot of you aren't using it, but you should, because it's a great way for patients to find you, great way for your vendors to locate you if you're in a place where it's hard to find, or they just need those step-by-step directions that we normally get if we're looking up something and we're trying to find the destination, and we need handwritten or printed directions. So let me take you to Google Maps and I'll show you how this is done. So we go to the Google Maps website, and you just type in Google Maps in the search engine if you don't have the address. And this is just real easy to set up, and not only that, it also helps your website, if you have a physical therapy website, get listed in the search index. So if someone puts in your practice in the Google search bar, your practice comes up in the listings, and it'll also have a map of directions on how to get there. So when you get to the Google Maps website, you click on this URL here that says put your business on Google Maps. So you want to click on that first, and Google will now take you to a set of forms that you have to fill out. Now, if you don't have an account with Google, I suggest you get one. It's real easy to open an account. You can use any email that you have and just put in your password, and they'll set up an account for you. If you have an account already with them, all you have to do is you scroll down here where it says I'm ready to help customers find me, and you click that sign on now button. You just click on that, and it'll set you up for a Google account. Otherwise, if you have an account with them, you just enter all that information in here. So once you're logged in, you select Add New Business, and you should be directed to a form to fill out. Once the form pops up, then you enter in your company name and address and website, email, and description. So we're just going to put in a fictitious company name here. This company doesn't exist, but just for demonstration purposes. And we're going to say we're on 550 Peachtree Street, and we're in Atlanta, and we're going to say we're in Georgia. Okay, and then what Google does is it tells you some zip code values here. So I know we're 30308, and you put in a phone number 4496, and you can see over to my right here, Google starts populating this information in real time. So we're going to say info at yomipt.com, and we're going to say the website is Yomi Physical Therapy.com, and we'll just say we're outpatient orthopedic clinic. Here in the description, you just put a little brief information of your practice, your clinic, your place of business, and just give a brief description. It gives you about 200 characters, so make sure it's concise and accurate to what you're doing. So I'm going to just say outpatient. I can't spell outpatient. Outpatient physical therapy clinic. Alright, and then I'm going to click next. So now in this section, I'm going to add a category, and I'm just going to put in physical therapy. And you can also put in your operating hours. So depending on your hours for physical that your practice is open, you're allowed to put in, your working hours for your clinic. Okay, and here you just enter if you're closed any of these days, or if you're closed on the weekend, you just enter that in. For some reason, it has mañana meaning morning, tarde meaning night in Spanish. Not sure why it's set up that way. I know normally it's not, so I might have hit something. But normally it'll say morning, afternoon when you're entering all this information. So as you can see here over to my right, it's starting to populate all that information, and look over here, it has a little pin where my practice is located. Alright, so you can see that information right over there, and it's setting up that map for you. Now, if you have a cash-based practice and you accept Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or any other credit cards, you can put that information here. Most of us, I know, are reimbursed through insurance, so we probably can skip through this area here. Now, if you have photos of your practice or your place of business, you can add them here, or photos of yourself, you can add them through this section over here. If you have a video commercial or anything on YouTube related to your place of business or your practice, you can add your videos here, which is good, and Google allows you to enter up to 5 videos. Now, in additional details, if you have any information regarding handicap accessible parking or anything that's additional details for anyone visiting your practice, you can enter that information here. Maybe you have schedules of transit times or something of that nature. You can enter that information here. So I'm not going to submit because it will submit my listing into the directory, and I don't want to do that because it's not a real place of business, but I did it just for you to show you guys what it would look like. And as you can see here, it has, I'm in the category physical therapy clinic, description is outpatient clinic. I have the times here that my practice is open, and here it has a little feature here. Now I'm going to show you how this would come up in a search and how people would locate you and find and get directions to your place of business. Now when you've entered your zip code in your original listing, if anyone enters in your zip code, you will see your practice listed here as the practices that Google has found in their directory. So let's just say one of your practices was here after you've submitted your listing, and I think it takes about a couple of days for your listing to get submitted into Google. We'll go with the top one, Body Mechanics Physical Therapy. And here's the pin. It'll show you your pin or placement marker where your practice is located. And then the viewer can, anyone that's looking your practice can see all the other landmarks around your practice so that they can get a frame of reference of where you're actually located. And of course they can zoom out, they can zoom in to a street level, to help them further along with their bearings of your location. So we're going to click on Body Mechanics Physical Therapy, and what happens is a little window comes up. When that window comes up, people will see your practice or your clinic. They'll have the address here and the website address if you place it there and when you first submitted your listing. And in here, notice where it says get directions. Here your patients or anyone trying to locate or try to get to your practice can get directions, and which is a nice feature. So if I clicked on get directions, it's going to ask me to put in my address, and then I put in that information, and over here on the side it'll have step-by-step directions on getting to the practice or the clinic. So that's a very good feature there to have. And the information, most people have smartphones, smart devices where they can get information on their phone. You can have that information sent to your phone as a text message. So people can get that information on their cell phones, so that way if they can't print it out from their computer, or let's just say they're at a Kinko's or that type of thing, or they're someplace where they don't have access to a computer, they can send the information to their phone, and that way they can get all the directions on their phone, which is comes in very, very handy. So that's pretty much about it. My whole purpose was to share with you guys how you can get your practice into Google Maps, get into their directory so people can find you. And that's Sam with Physical Therapy Marketing signing out, and I'll talk to you guys soon.